Now joined by Margie Van Deven. She is the commissioner of the elementary and secondary education when it comes to the state of Missouri. We're in historic times right now, Margie, in every facet of life. That includes schooling. You're a very popular person these days. I know everybody's asking you right and left, what is going to happen? What kind of information can you give right now as we sit here at the end of May?
So I sure wish I could give you a definitive answer on what the fall is going to look like. I can tell you that I meet with our superintendents regularly. They are eager to get back in school, but they will always put the safety and well-being of our children and our teachers at the forefront. So still some uncertainty. We learn something new every single day. What I'd like to remind the viewers of is that, we've been at this for about 2 months in our schools. All schools were closed as of March 19th. We still have about 3 more months to go until the school starts. So again, really hopeful that we'll be back in school in the fall, but just too soon to really talk in any level of detail. Our superintendents also have conveyed that what they're doing right now is just lots of options. So starting a school year off is always challenging enough in any year. They're thinking of what if this, what if this, what if this, so multiple scenarios, trying to, the key word today is pivot. They're ready to pivot should something occur. So that's kind of where we are.
One of the things I keep hearing from parents, though, Commissioner, I know you probably have as well, is that distance learning is just very hard. These kids aren't learning, frankly, in many cases. And I'm betting educators might share that view. How much pressure is there to get some sense of normalcy, get these kids back in the classroom, even if it's on alternating days? And I know you're talking about a lot of different options ahead as recommended by the School Boards Association. But how much pressure is there to get kids back in schools?
Well, I think there's an enormous amount of desire to get our kids back in school. There's also a couple of other things that I can raise to that. One is what this situation has raised for us is this real need to solve that digital divide. So some students are doing very, very well in these conditions, and some just don't have the resources available for them to do so. So we really have to address that issue. And then the other is our teachers really being instantly thrown into a completely new environment. So working over the summer to train our teachers differently, to help them along the way. Our parents have been phenomenal. Our parents have stepped up and worked with their own children. They've been home at work, but I mean, overall, you're right. They're ready to get our kids back in front of our teachers in the classroom.
How far are they behind? I mean, as a dad of kids who tried to tell me they're done in 4 hours. And I'm like, wait a second, you used to go to school for 8 hours, and now you're telling me you're done? No way. And it made me concerned. I actually had a talk with a teacher, like, well, you can always give them more. And it's like, as a working dad, that's tough. And I'm worried about them being behind.
Yeah, and here's the reality. We don't know yet. This is all brand new to us. So there have been many, many studies on what people have called the summer learning loss, where if students aren't exposed to certain types of learning throughout the summer, you can see some learning loss that occurs. This is an extended period, so we're just not sure yet. Let me tell you what we did today. We launched our task force where we're bringing people together to say 3 different groups coming together to really think about what are the key standards that every child should know to be able to move to the next level. So if you were in 3rd grade and you're moving into 4th grade, what do they really need to know to be able to build upon? And then how do we in our schools really put together some diagnostic component so that we know where kids are when they walk in the door and we meet them where they are and get them to where they need to be. So education will not stop. I'm sure I would not want to even allude to the fact that every 4th grader is going to come into the buildings in the same place. They're just not. They've had vastly different experiences across the state. It's going to be our job to find out where they are and how do we get them to where they need to be.
What are the benchmarks you need to see to get kids back in the classroom? I know that we talk about the data. Data drives decisions. Are there specific benchmarks that you're looking at in conjunction with the governor's office, perhaps with the health department?
Well, the thing that we need to remember about Missouri is we have 555 local education agencies, and they look very different across the state. We have some as small as 26 students, some as large as 26,000, and every region is going to have different things that are occurring. So we're urging our school leaders to work very closely with their local health officials to get a good sense of when will it be appropriate to bring students back in, when will it be appropriate to possibly have to halt. All of those things need to be worked out before they bring kids back in to the school.
Missouri has some top public schools, but they've relied on money that's not going to be there anymore. Is that fair to say when it comes to that tax base from hitting COVID-19? And if that is true, how do you manage that? I mean, I do not envy you or any state board when it comes to that, because we've heard some of the things that the governor said. We've heard that there's just, the money isn't there anymore.
Yeah, you know, I really appreciated that the governor invited all 555 local education leaders and the university presidents last week into some conference calls to just be very transparent and very clear with them. This is going to be a tough year ahead of us. We know it. But I will also say we will educate our children. The cost is too great if we don't. And I mean, that's where I just really want people to be thinking about education is an investment in our state, but primarily in our children. We have to, we will. Our teachers have stepped up to the call. They will do it again. But it's going to be a tough year. Financially.
For sure, for everybody.
Yes.
I want to share with you an email I received from a parent in the Kansas City area. I'd like to know how the state is addressing the needs of special needs children who are not able to functionally utilize online learning and have suffered grave setbacks and behavioral issues due to the crisis even thus far, and have only a desperate 3 months on their own to face until schools resume session in Missouri. That's a desperate dad reaching
Absolutely.
out. That's what I sense. How can you answer him and other parents like him?
Very, very, very powerful question, and one that we've heard. That is our third group of the I didn't get to the third group of the task force, but it's really to figure out how do we reach those students. Every child in our state deserves access to a high quality education. So students with special needs, our English language learners. There's been a whole study being done on how do we better reach those students with those kinds of needs. So the task force is in place. And we'll be working hard to do that. I was on a call today with my counterparts across the nation. We're all dealing with this. Let me tell you, we're all dealing with this issue. So to the parent, we hear you, we understand your concerns, and working hard to address it.
As we start to wrap up with you, when can you tell parents to start looking for some sort of announcement, some sort of planning day that they can hear something? Is it July? Is it the end of June?
Yeah, I don't want to speak on behalf of every district because they will be making their decisions, but I will say that from the superintendents I have been speaking with, many are saying they're going to hold off until at least mid-July, just because we learn so much. Things change daily, as you've been hearing. So thinking of multiple scenarios and then ready to commit closer to the middle of July at the earliest.
Margie Van Dieven, Commissioner of Elementary and Secondary Education in Missouri, thank you. We know that a lot is still sort of in the gray area out there, but we appreciate you being here tonight to sort of